All right, welcome back to Top 5 Vinyl, where we show love to vinyl owners. Today I'm here with DJ Wild Wata. How's it going over there?
Pretty good, pretty cold.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is. Hopefully by the time this airs, it'll be nice and warm, but right now it is cold.
Mhm.
With that being said, I think, okay, so I met you on Instagram through our buddy Jason. Can you let the people know on Instagram or social media where they can find you?
Wild Wata underscore Meng,
Mm,
Meng. I'm from China. That's my Chinese name.
Gotcha.
I go by DJ Wild Wata. So Wild
Okay,
Wata underscore Meng
perfect.
on Instagram.
All right, cool. And before we officially get started, I want everybody to like the channel, subscribe, all that fun stuff you guys got to do in YouTube land out there. With that being said, let's hit the rewind button. Did you grow up in a house with a record player?
Nope.
Mm,
Mm-mm. As
mm,
I said, I'm from Beijing, China, and we had kind of a vinyl culture from the 60s to the 70s, but
mm,
it pretty much died down since the
mm.
80s, and we picked it up in the CD era.
Okay.
I grew up in the 90s. I'm a 90s kid,
Mm,
and
mm.
we had CDs for a little bit, but mostly MP3s. So I'm
Okay.
pretty late to the game.
So then that leads the next question. How did you get collecting vinyl? How'd that happen?
Okay. That happens in Dallas, in Texas, when I first moved here about 5, 6 years ago for
Okay.
school here in Denton. And I met this man named DJ 5D at a
Mm,
Flying Lotus concert.
mm,
We were at
mm,
first row. I put my glasses. I got to see everything Flying Lotus is doing. And this random person next to me just knows every song he's playing. I'm
mm,
like, who is this person? So I bought him a beer and we chat a little bit. And he told me this very community oriented event called Bring Your Own Vinyl here
mm,
in Dallas, Texas. And at that time, I don't have any records. So I'm like, hey, can I actually bring my laptop and
mm.
play digital? He's like, nope, that's the only requirement. Got to be vinyl.
Right.
So with just with that little thought in the back of my head, I went to the local bookstore, record store, just kind of look around. And
Mm.
I realized the record here are much cheaper than China.
Oh, really?
Yeah, in
Mm,
China, record is there's almost like a class connotation, if you will. It's for
mm,
rich people.
mm,
Um, Let alone you have to buy a record player to
mm,
begin with. But here it's very commoner. It's
mm,
everybody could play it, and there are
mm.
$5 bins everywhere.
Right, right.
So I started picking up records and I
Hmm.
went there and I just fall in love. It's kind of like I'm in that rabbit hole and
Right,
start to
right,
take it very seriously
right.
then.
That's pretty awesome. Okay. So, in all your travels, do you have a favorite record store that you go to or have been to?
Um, a couple, I would say a
Mm,
couple, but I really like I went to Mexico a couple years ago and they
okay.
have these record trucks. I don't know
Hmm.
if you know what I'm talking about.
I've seen one in California.
Okay, so it's not
Yeah.
really a physical location.
Right.
It's a record truck with tons of record in there, and they
Mm,
would pull up at, let's say, flea market like
mm-hmm.
7 a.m. in the morning.
Mm-hmm.
And if you are a digger, and you'll know that they'll come, it's usually through word of mouth.
Mm,
I went there and I found some of the best records.
mm,
Really
mm,
amazing, like not available on Discogs.
mm.
But you kind of have to either know it or have someone who know it or just judge the book by the cover.
Right, right.
But
That's
it's a
pretty
really
awesome.
fascinating experience.
Yeah, it looked like it from the one that I saw. It's pretty cool. Okay. Of any record store or truck you've been to, what's the most amount of vinyl that you walked out with at one time?
Oh, most amount of vinyl? I'm not a crazy buyer. I'd say like five, five.
Okay, that's a
That's
good
about
chunk.
it.
Okay.
I'm from China and I went to Thailand a couple times. There are some really cool record shops that's owned by like a local old men.
Mm,
So it's dusted and a lot of
mm,
records are not in good condition, but
mm,
they're not really, if you will, commercialized, so to speak.
right.
So you have to really spend a lot of time and dig, and the
Mm,
price is very fair.
mm,
That said, a lot of the conditions is fair as well.
right,
So it's
right.
not mint, it's F. Um, uh, you know, so I really like, Chinese records that's recorded in the 60s and 70s.
Mm,
I'm always on the lookout for them. And when I
Mm,
see them, I definitely grab it.
hmm,
And those
right.
are the places where I see actual Chinese record either released in Malaysia or Singapore
Mm,
or Hong Kong. And
mm,
I think the most records I bought are all of these in
mm.
one of those shops. I believe in Thailand, I think. Um, yeah,
Oh, that's pretty cool. Okay, okay. What vinyl record do you not own you're dying to get your hands on?
I'm dying to get my hands on.
Hmm.
Man, I don't know. I recently discovered this Brazilian kind of compilation called Trip Do Brazil. It's
Mm,
literally it happened like last week, so I've been eyeballing them, and
mm,
I don't think there's any available ones here in the States. I got
mm,
the last one for one of the compilation. It's a series of compilations. I found one of them on eBay, pretty fair priced,
mm,
but all the other series are from either Brazil or UK or
mm,
France and things
mm.
like that. So I'm kind of, I'm really
Okay,
trying to get my hands onto that series. It's a
gotcha.
beautiful mix between Brazilian music with like hip hop and
Mm,
US American type of beats like
mm,
DJ Spinna is on it, DJ
mm,
Cam is on it. Fusion music,
mm,
which is what I believe that I specialize in as well, because it's a
mm.
mixture of
Okay,
culture.
gotcha, gotcha. Okay, okay. And of the five vinyl records that you're going to show us today, have you seen any of them perform live before?
Oh, um, let me see.
Mm,
I don't think so.
okay,
I have
okay.
not seen them performing live. That's a good question.
Nothing wrong
I
with
wish
that.
I
Maybe,
could.
maybe one day. Maybe one day.
Yes,
All
yeah.
right, cool. DJ Wild Wata. With that being said, this is top five vinyl. Can you share the number five? What is the fifth album that you have in front of you right now?
Watermelon Man by Herbie Hancock.
Mm.
Yeah, it's a jazz record. You heard it?
I know the artist. I don't know if I've actually heard the album though.
Yeah, so Watermelon Man is like a core jazz song. It has that interesting hoo 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 at the beginning when they're
Hmm.
blowing a bottle. And that bottle sound come from Africa. It's
Hmm.
or come from Congo. It's this thing called the Hindahu whistle.
Mm.
I always thought it was super cool how, like African American artists are using something, you know, the the roots music that they're
Right.
using, which, I see a lot of artists from my culture do.
Mm.
I
Mm.
really enjoy it.
Mm.
It's a good piece. I also found a 45, which is a remake um, recently of Watermelon Man.
Mm.
That's a really dope record as well.
Okay. Any artwork on the back of that album?
Artwork?
Yeah, the front looks pretty cool. Anything
Yeah,
on
the
the back?
back is the band.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay. It's a nice picture too. Okay.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So that's your number five. Let's go ahead and take a look at your number four.
All right. This is my number four. It's called Dr. Dragon and the Oriental Express.
Hmm.
You heard about this one? No?
No, it's a cool name
Uh,
though.
yeah, so I found this one in Thailand, and I don't know what it is, but as Chinese, as Asian person, it of course it attracted my attention because it's called Oriental Express.
Mm-hmm.
And then you see this black man here, so I'm like, okay, that's got to be black music, which I enjoy as well. This
Right.
strange fusion. I didn't know anything about it, and it was only recently I learned that it's a Japanese band,
Mm.
Japanese composer, and he was doing a lot of orchestral kind of composing work on this album. He
Mm-hmm.
was producer behind a lot of big names for Japanese music and also Teresa Deng, who is an
Mm.
amazing singer from China.
Mm.
He's a sucker for disco and funk. So you
Mm.
can hear a lot of Japanese pop music kind of rendered through the lens of funk and disco on this
Mm.
album.
So,
It's a very delicious album.
so when you say disco, does this come out in the 70s, 80s when this?
Yes, yes.
Okay.
I think somewhere around the 70s. Yes.
Okay.
Mhm.
Nice. All right, cool. That's your number four. Let's go ahead and take a look at your number three.
All right. This is my number three. It's called Shaolin Soul.
Hmm.
So this is a compilation of all the soul music sampled by Wu-Tang.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and I listened to it a long time ago just on MP3 because I love
Mm-hmm.
the music in there, like Motherless Child.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You got the Dramatics, you got Barry White, so
Mm-hmm.
all these classics. And I found this online, and I was very
Hmm.
excited about it. And I
Wow.
started experimenting to play songs from this album with actual Wu-Tang records to kind of
Mm-hmm.
put
Blend
them
them
in a
in.
dialogue.
Right,
That was
right.
a very interesting experiment.
Hmm. That's pretty cool. How many songs on that album?
This is a double.
Okay.
So there's about four on each side, four to
Oh,
five on each side, and there's
okay.
two records. So
Mm. Mm. That's pretty
about
awesome. I didn't know
16.
about this one. Okay.
Yeah, you should check it out. And
Yeah.
there's different series. I believe this is, I don't know, maybe volume three, but I
Mm.
think there's four volumes of it.
Hmm.
They're
Wow.
all the original samples that Wu-Tang used, and
Yeah.
this is compiled by the Wu-Tang.
That's pretty awesome. Okay. All right, cool. That's your number three. Let's go ahead and take a look at your number two.
All right. This is a Chinese record I told you about that I
Mm.
found in Thailand. And talking about the Wu-Tang, I love the Wu-Tang
Hmm.
because precisely because they have this like heroic kind of martial
Mm.
arts theme in
Mm-hmm.
their music. And this is the soundtrack for a Hong Kong martial arts film, the film that influenced Wu-Tang to
Mm.
begin with. The film, I believe, is called like Bastard Swordsman, something like
Okay.
that.
Okay.
The Chinese name is 天蚕变. I
Mm.
have to double check the English name of it, and this is the soundtrack of it.
Hmm.
The first song is the theme song, title track, and it just have that Wu-Tang vibe,
Hmm.
but it's not Wu-Tang.
Right, right.
It's Chinese, it's martial arts. Give me that like very heroic feel to it that
Right.
I really enjoy.
I understand. I get it. I get the cinematics. I get it.
Yes, exactly.
All right, cool. And for the grand finale, DJ Wild Wata, what do we have for number one?
This is my number one. It's by
Mm.
George Lam, Lin Zixiang. This is the Michael Jackson in Asia.
Mm.
Um, yeah, probably some people might familiar that he did a different version of the song Conga by Miami Sound Machine. So he had a Cantonese version
Okay.
of that song. And he's responsible to introduce a lot of, Western music to
Mm.
the Cantonese population. So he meant
Mm.
a lot for us. It was a channel for us to learn what's going on in the West, in
Mm.
Latin America, in different genres. And in this album, there's also bossa nova. There's two bossa nova songs, kind of a one reggae-ish, one
Mm.
ska-ish. So it's a very interesting mixture
Mm.
of genre. And I found this album here in Denton in a record store called Faded Blue because a old Hong Kongese immigrant passed away, and
Mm.
his wife sold all of his records
Mm.
to that local record store.
Mm.
And,
Wow.
the local people's like, "Oh, Ming, we know you are interested in Asian music.
Right.
You want to take a look." And I found this album.
That's
Uh,
pretty cool. Good
yeah,
timing with that.
exactly.
Wow.
It means a lot.
Okay, cool. Well, I want to thank you so much for sharing your top five. Can you let the people know one more time on Instagram where they can find you?
They can find me under Wild Wata. That's WILDWATA underscore Ming, MENG at Instagram.
Right, right. Perfect. All right, cool. Thank you so much. We'll talk soon.
Yeah, thank you.
Oh, yeah, of course.